Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Afternoon.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. All well. Or how was your journey?
It was good. A little hectic than usual, but it was good. Alhamdulillah.
So how's the Mangalore treating you?
Mangalore is good. I've enjoyed Mangalore since the beginning. It gives you Saudi vibes actually.
Uh-huh.
So especially when you visit the malls over here, because mashallah the Muslim population is good over here. So, like when we go to Hyderabad, we may not find those many, abayas, women in abayas. You will find more of a mixed culture. Yahan par you will find more of abayas than mixed culture. So that and also the way the malls are designed and how they are built, it gives you Saudi vibes. Hyderabad mein it's a slight difference over here that
hmm
the architecture, the overall vibes are a little different. So the first time I came here, it gave me complete Saudi vibes. And still, when I visit, actually, we just visited the mall yesterday evening. So
Okay, you
yeah, it
started
gave me the
immediately.
feels. Yeah, kids wanted to go because Sunday, so they wanted to play in the gaming zone. So we went there and we had dinner and we came back. So yeah, it's good. And actually, this particular mall yahan par jo hai, which is close by to my sister's home, we often visit there. It's PVR. It's Nexus Fiza by
hmm
Nexus, which
Okay.
is a Nexus is a group, and so we went to that exact company's mall in Hyderabad as well when my sister had come a month back. So it's because of, I think because it's the same company, the same brand, they maintain the basic architecture, the design similarly. लेकिन
Right.
हैदराबाद का जो है it's comparatively much smaller. It clearly feels smaller than especially other malls that we go to, GVK or in orbit. You remember they are pretty big malls. तो दिस
Right.
वन एक अलग से दिख के आता थोड़ा सा उसकी कॉम्पैक्टनेस समझ लो.
Acha, acha. Matlab, that's surprising that you say that Hyderabad ka is much smaller than Mangalore's. Like,
Yeah.
क्योंकि Hyderabad is a much bigger city, right? I would say, than
Yes, yes,
Mangalore.
it is.
Yeah,
I
so
think
that's
they didn't.
surprising
They
too.
got. They designed that particular mall according to the plot they got. तो उस हिसाब से, and it's
Right.
actually nearby IKEA, a little, a little away
Mhm.
from IKEA, and on that same road.
And from what I remember, I guess you know there are a lot more malls in Hyderabad of Nexus. Uh, so I think they cover it up in that way. Like in Mangalore, I don't know how many
Yes,
malls are there of Nexus. I think it was Forum earlier, right? Then it became Nexus or something like that, or Forum Mall is completely
yes.
different.
It was Forum. It was Forum earlier. It changed to Nexus. Nexus, the brand. I think the same brand changed the name, or the Nexus
hmm
took over it. So
Right.
it is now Nexus. So Nexus is the main brand, and then you have something that's like यहाँ पर for Fiza by Nexus is the this particular mouse name, and
Okay.
most of these PVR is the cinemas they have. So PVR
Right. I
cinemas
guess
and
they have an agreement or something with them because wherever they open a mall, I guess PVR is the one that has the permissions to have theaters over there. So I guess that is one
true,
of the
yeah.
agreements they have.
So yeah, obviously they'll have some agreements.
So similarly for a restaurant business as well, if you have the same supplier, then obviously you can maintain a consistent taste and doing that, obviously, it will increase your business and you can open n number of restaurants when you have the
Yes,
same consistent supplier. So I guess it is always good to have a long-term agreement so
right,
that it helps both partners and it helps you grow. So I guess there is a business lesson out of this as well that
absolutely.
when you're growing, you should have good relations with your suppliers or with your partners that
Right.
helps you, grow faster, I guess.
Yes, true. And speaking of restaurant taste consistency, we have a live example, Pista House. They make all of their ingredients in one spot and then they distribute it amongst their various branches. So that it maintains the same taste across the various branches.
Exactly, exactly. I think you are one of the unpaid, you know, food, unpaid. Just give me a moment. So, okay.
Critics,
No, no, not even critic. You are an unpaid supporter of Pista House's food because I have only had experience with their Halim, and obviously it's top notch.
okay. All right.
But I didn't have much chance to have their biryanis or any other food because
Okay.
obviously we discussed earlier videos as well that they were, from beginning they were known for their halims, and they,
Yes.
just I think 8 to 10 years back they have come into the restaurant business as well. But I've never
Yes.
had the opportunity because there is so many options in Hyderabad. Like even if you start going to each one every day, you will not be able to, you know, complete tasting each one. So Pista House has always been on the list for Halim, but
Right.
not for any other thing. But obviously, you and Shujat, your cousin, who's obviously
Yes.
food reviewer as well. So you guys have been telling about this for a long time. So I think Pista House seriously needs to provide some what do you call tasting sessions to us,
Right,
especially to
right.
me, to make
Absolutely.
me unpaid supporter as well, so that I can tell others. Uh,
Yes.
so yeah, I think I'm looking forward to tasting that. I didn't taste the biryani in my recent
Okay.
trip as well from Pizza House. I had the old uh, the ones which I remembered, like City Diamond is something which is in Mehdipatnam and it's known for its chicken biryani, and it's been so consistent. I think for the last 15 years, it's been the same
Mm-hmm.
taste. And the only thing that has changed is the price. I remember it in 2010 when we came, it was 90 rupees. Now I think it is around 180 to 200 now. So the only thing has happened that price has doubled.
Right.
But yeah, the taste, uh, yeah, can't complain. Like everything, the restaurants I think which have been successful are the ones who maintain their taste.
True.
So
Absolutely.
consistency is something, in every field, like especially you can say in making videos and stuff as well.
Right.
Consistency is the thing which we hear everywhere from other content creators as well. That
Yes, absolutely.
whatever it is, you just maintain posting and obviously providing some value to the viewers, and
Right.
that's how you can grow. So
Yes,
yeah, in
absolutely.
every way, whatever we do in life, I think, and whatever we see, I think we can learn from it something or the other, because that
Yes.
earlier we wouldn't be doing all that, but nowadays I think we are in such a age, like 30 to 35, we whatever we see, we go into the depth of that and what's happening, and
Yes,
we
yes.
introspect a lot. Okay, so how we can inculcate this, if it is a good thing, how we can inculcate this in our lives, or
Right.
how it can improve others' lives. Like, I think our mind has been wired that way,
Yes,
due to our upbringing, that we think in that manner now.
absolutely.
So yeah.
Yes. And speaking of food, I wanted to you are the one who introduced me, and if you remember, Omar, our friend, mutual friend, to airport lounges. So ever since we have been
Mm.
trying to get entry into that because obviously, mashallah, you are very active in these things. I have noticed that about you, and that's really good. Okay, these like in the beginning, like we mentioned when we used to find coupons, you were the one who first, easily found those coupons, no, grab on pay and idhar udhar, and we used to go together. And
Right.
regarding this lounge as well, so in this trip, unfortunately, Hyderabad mein I missed because due to some circumstances, we were late. We were among the last passengers to board the plane, even though we came
Oh,
little earlier.
usually you stay on time, right?
Yes, we went more than 2 hours before, as it is advised, domestic departures, domestic flight mode.
Yes.
But
Right.
a couple of things. Number one, the passengers, they were right in front of us during check-in. They took a lot of time. And also, there was a lot of rush, बहुत rush था, काफी rush था. And the flight was
Okay.
full. And we didn't come via
Hmm.
direct flight. Actually, we came via Bangalore. So I think that was the one of the
Okay.
reasons that Bangalore flight is because it's what do you say, a daily multiple flights are there, and because there are a lot of commuters to Bangalore, because of that reason, I
As well,
think
you
there
had
was a lot.
mentioned some reason, I guess, right? You mentioned some reason that, it's a bigger plane or it has a good leg room. You had mentioned something that that's the reason you prefer the flight going through Bangalore. Uh,
Yeah, it's
I
not about
remember
that.
something you had mentioned.
Yes, yes, definitely. Because there is a lot of traffic. The Airbus, जो भी ये flight का particular model है, दोनों from Hyderabad to Bangalore as well as from Bangalore to Mangalore, there are different planes. They are slightly bigger. They have larger leg rooms than the others.
Hmm.
Like one thing that happened in the Hyderabad to Bangalore flight is because I opt for the cabin wheelchair to that takes me to my
Okay.
seat. So while getting out,
Right.
they were taking me from the back entrance. So what happens, like Hyderabad se once we boarded the typical way, like via the bus and ramp. Like in Bangalore
Right.
mein, there was the air bridge that was connected. Like in for wheelchair
Okay.
passengers, they especially me, they took me from the backside, so from the ramp again. तो बीच में विंग के पास इफ यू नो देयर इज अ इमरजेंसी एग्जिट राइट एंड देयर आर लेस सीट्स इफ यू रिमेंबर द
Right.
बिग
Yes.
एयरलाइंस में इमरजेंसी एग्जिट रहती
Yeah,
है
I think
विंग्स
it
के
is.
बाद से
I think it's the same in every airline. I think near the
राइट
emergency exit, they leave some space, so it has
ये
extra space over there.
राइट नो सो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द aisle. So what they did, they shifted the
Hmm.
seat a little bit towards the aisle. So it is so thin that even the cabin minister didn't pass. So I had to first sit on that seat. They lifted the wheelchair, behind that particular seat, and then they've lifted me and sat में. तो वो एक चीज़ मुझे वो लगी कि complete aisle को आप एक ही width रखें तो it'll be easier for you know going the wheelchair to go.
Right.
Like, and unfortunately the
Right. Passing through.
passing through, yes. But unfortunately, यहाँ पर वो नहीं था. It was my first experience because एक और चीज़ यह हुई when we landed in Bangalore, it was raining heavily. So because and multiple flights had come, so there was shortage of staff and everything. So I was the last passenger to be taken out. Otherwise, everyone was out.
Okay.
So and new
Right.
passengers had to come. So obviously they come via the air bridge, which was already connected. तो इसलिए मुझे पीछे के साइड से लेके गए कि नहीं वहाँ से नई पैसेंजर रहता है आपको पीछे से लेके जाएंगे तो वो मुझे उसके थ्रू गुजरना पड़ा समझ लो कि वो विथ कम थी थोड़ा सा ऑब्स्टेकल हुआ बट
Right.
उसके बाद से जो है एनी हाउ आई वेंट एंड बैंगलोर में अलबत्ता वी हैड 3 आवर्स तो बैंगलोर में वी वेंट टू द लाउंज so my first
Okay.
experience in Bangalore airport lounge, it was good. It was a nice experience. Alhamdulillah. Again, Umar always he mentions, जो Zubair introduced me always, and I think he has gotten multiple cards now. So okay, तो
Right.
at least like 2 to 3 cards तो है उसके पास जिसमें lounge access है. तो चला. So Jazakallah
Right.
for that.
Right.
We introduced us and we
You are
tried to take it.
crediting me for the the lounge accesses. So yeah, actually traveling with Omar, I think it was one of his first experiences traveling by air. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was actually a very good trip we had to New Delhi. It was it was a work trip, I guess. So it was, we experienced Delhi and we had a good time over there. It was, I think, 3 to 4 days. But yeah, and after that, he mentioned to me, as you just now told, that he got a lot of credit cards just for just for visiting the lounges whenever he traveled. And also,
Yes.
after that trip, he learned that, it was very affordable, to at least go around India to so many places, because at that time, I think it was 4 5 years before, because at that time he was just starting up with his own business. So, but now I
Yes.
think he's been traveling internationally as well, mashallah, and
Yes, mashallah.
utilizing those cards fully, you know.
True, true.
So yeah, that's that's excellent.
Yes, yes. Well, again, thanks to you. You were the one who introduced us. Otherwise, I think my first lounge experience was a couple of years before we came to India. So my father had booked for me and my sister a first class ticket. So वो फर्स्ट क्लास टिक को तो वैसे रहता लाउंज एक्सेस बिजनेस क्लास या फर्स्ट
Right.
क्लास को तो वो दैट वाज माय फर्स्ट एक्सपीरियंस बट डेफिनेटली एट दैट टाइम द लाउंज वाज वेरी डिफरेंट नाउ दिस हैदराबाद में यू हैव एनकाम लाउंज which is really good. And of course, there are premium lounges as well for first class or other passengers. Again, this itself is also good. And the Bangalore one also in T1 terminal, which is for domestic flights, 080 is that the name of that lounge. So that is what I experienced. So yeah, it was good. The food was good. You have live counters and pre-made food and everything. Yeah, it was good.
All right. I think there's one thing, because earlier, when we had the credit cards and we utilized it, earlier people didn't know much. That, as you
Yeah,
rightly said, you as well didn't know.
yeah,
Umar didn't know. Not many people knew about this, and that was a very good time for us, the people who knew about it, to enjoy, because we used to enjoy
absolutely.
it as business class and first class passengers, and the lounge used to be empty, and we
Right.
would, enjoy luxury. But then what happened, like, everybody told their friends, families, and stuff, and everybody started doing it. And the lounges became so crowded
Yes.
that especially during the peak flight times, it was very crowded and it was becoming very hectic. And uh, after that, I just left. I was like, it doesn't make sense going to the lounges now.
Right.
It is good, but still, what was happening, like, you have to stand in queues for the buffet, and it was becoming very tough. But I think the airport, officials, they made a very good change over there, that because the people who were actually from business class and first class, they were not getting that kind of an experience
Yep.
once they were visiting the lounges, because ये पूरी पब्लिक क्रेडिट कार्ड्स वाले अपन जैसे आके बैठ जा
Hmm.
रहे. So it was not that premium experience that was there. So I think they made a really good decision, that they made couple of lounges, and
Right.
some lounges are only specific to business and first class passengers. That's it.
Right. Right.
Uh, uh, People like us who have credit cards and who can access that way, they have made those separate lounges.
Yep.
And I think that is a very good thing, because the people who have actually paid, they should have obviously they should get the premium service, obviously.
Yeah. True.
It's right. So that was a very much valid thing, and it was needed. And I think
Right.
now the process is much more smoother, and I think there is much more space, even in the section, even in the lounges where we can access through credit cards. Right. There
Yes.
may be,
Yes.
much more space and much more access to people than it was earlier. So I think it's a win-win for both business class, first class passengers, and even economy passengers. So yeah,
True.
this is the story of airport lounges through credit cards.
Yes. Yes. But we should get a credit card that gives us access to international flight lounges, not just domestic. So we should work towards that. That should be our next goal,
Yes,
inshallah.
absolutely. Like I've heard a couple of cards. Actually, uh, my father is really, he knows everything about the how these cards work and all that stuff.
Okay,
So he had
nice.
sent me a couple of days back, get this credit card for yourself and all that.
Mm.
I don't remember the name, but yeah, so I have to research on that because that card had access to, I think, most of the lounges throughout the world.
Right,
So
right.
that is something.
I think it
So
should be American Express, but it's also
yeah, I
tough to
guess.
get. Like we require some good background and everything. So yeah,
Right. And obviously there is what do you call annual fee and stuff. And then you
yeah, yeah.
have to, if you want to waive that, you have to spend some particular amount throughout the
Yes,
year.
yes.
So yeah, there are a lot of, obviously, if they are providing so many things to you, they expect from us as well. So yeah,
Absolutely.
let's see.
Speaking of lounges, just because I follow this guy, there is one person on Instagram, Lounge Guru karke. So he
Ah,
travels across the globe. He uh, experiences all lounges, every airport, every airline. You must have heard Riyadh Air that recently launched. Their first flight was from Riyadh to
right.
London. So,
Okay, it has
he
already launched.
yeah, yeah. Just last week, the first flight was
Okay.
Riyadh to London, and then I think this week Riyadh to Dubai as well.
Yeah.
First flights. So I mean,
When
he
is
is.
Riyadh to Toronto?
I don't know. I think they're still working on it. They just launched a couple of
Okay.
destinations right now. Riyadh to a few places. Riyadh to Jeddah happened the next, and then Riyadh to Dubai, I think, is the one that is happening right now. So I say 4 or 5
Uh-huh.
destinations he hai filhal, but they are launching it. So it's a good airlines. So this person was one of the ones who was actually called to this Riyadh to London journey. So he's doing very well.
Okay.
I'm just trying to say, and he visits only lounges,
Right.
nothing else. He just visit different places. He experiences the lounges, 3 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours. Taking naps. In certain lounges you have nap pods and everything. So it's really good. I like his this thing. And again, just picking of content creation, this is something initially it might require some, obviously everything requires some kind of an investment. Like in once you are good in it, then you'll get called by the airlines and everything. I really like this approach to it. Only lounge is nothing. That's why
Right.
he named himself Lounge Guru. So he visits every lounge, he shares
Definitely.
experiences, everything.
Yeah. I think that word, there is a word for this. He has got a niche,
Right,
and
exactly.
he is making videos on that, and that's how he's creating value for the people, and that's how I think his journey has been, and that's helped him grow, which is leading to obviously airlines or airports themselves calling him or emailing him
Yes,
to,
inviting him.
opportunities. So earlier, obviously, he would have started by paying,
Right.
getting entry to the lounge. Obviously, any lounge throughout the world is open by paying as well. You pay the
Yes.
money, you get you enter. Yeah, anywhere or any airport, it's all about payment. If you're not a business class or a first class passenger, no problem. You just pay the amount and you access. So I think initially he would have done that. He would have paid for all the
True.
airports wherever he had to, get the content. And after making few videos and after getting viral, obviously then the whole structure changes.
Right.
So we are giving shout outs to everybody who's related to lounges.
Right. Right, right. Absolutely. Travel content creation and everyone, because
Yes.
definitely they are really good. Will do it.
Okay, so I think, yeah, I think we covered Pista House. I think we covered Pista House a lot. Um,
Yeah. Yes, yes.
and saying of Pista House, I would say, they were the ones who started that trend of the chicken salad. You remember? There
Right.
was nothing that
Yes.
was there earlier in, I would say, in the entire Hyderabad, who gave affordable salad at that time, you know.
Right.
I think they started with just 60 rupees. A chicken tandoori salad, I remember. It was
Uh-huh.
just 60 rupees at the beginning. I think now it is 150 or something. But 60, then it went to 70, 75. But the quantity and the quality was really good.
Yes.
And
So
yeah,
yes.
that's how they grew their business, providing value to the customers.
Yes.
Uh, because that's what we remember, right? What are
Right.
we getting out of our buck? What we're
Yes,
paying?
yes.
How much? So I think now it's increased to even 150. So we are fine because we're like, okay, but he's still providing the same value. So I think it's the same lesson, you get from Geo as well. He gave the calling and messaging, I think, free for, I think, couple of years. And after that,
Right, right,
put a small fee. So people didn't mind that, taking a small fee after a couple of years, never mind, we'll pay it.
right.
So I think these are a couple of lessons any
Mhm.
who has an entrepreneurial thinking can take along.
True. Exactly.
So let's wrap it up, I think,
Yeah,
unless you have
we
anything
could
in
talk.
mind.
No, no, that's it. I just
Yes.
wanted to quickly mention that my lounge experience in Bangalore and the flight thing. But yeah, overall the flight was good. Indigo is always good. One more point, just want to mention. I've put it in the feedback of Indigo. Indigo Airlines in
Hmm.
Bangalore for personal wheelchairs, they have a sleeve that they provide. Obviously, it's free of cost. There's no extra luggage or anything. But in Hyderabad, and for I wasn't able to find this sleeve. Like they always ask you to wrap the wheelchair, and the
Okay.
wrap cost. I don't know. Maybe you also must have had a couple of things
I
wrapped
think 400
earlier.
to 500, I guess.
It was this time. It was 1,300 rupees.
What? For one
For
item?
the for one item wheelchair, it was 1,300 rupees.
Okay. So is it specific to a wheelchair or is it for each luggage item it's 1300?
That I don't know. But for the
Okay.
wheelchair, they said 1,300. But I remember
Okay.
even for wheelchair, I think because I'm traveling every now and then to Mangalore, the last time it was a little lesser. And as you said, 400, 500 was a couple of years back. लेकिन this time अब उससे argue भी इसलिए नहीं कर सके because like I told you we were pretty late. We were one of the last
Right.
passengers to board the plane. So the चलो रहने दो करके we got it wrapped.
Right.
लेकिन wrap भी बेचारा उतने अच्छे से नहीं करा. So I just wanted to say that Indigo has these sleeves available in Bangalore, and the person in Bangalore, the person who takes the wheelchair, the staff, he said that we do said there are sleeves in Hyderabad also, sir. They keep rotating. I'm like, I never experienced like the Indigo staff never told me to put it in a sleeve. They never gave a sleeve. They always say get it wrapped. So I think the Indigo should increase their quantity and they should tell their staff, can don't force the passengers to get it wrapped unless and until it is absolutely necessary. Because when you have a sleeve that you're providing, and then definitely that should be the primary thing.
Right, definitely, because if you are providing, sleeves in any other airport, so it should be
Right,
available in all places, like all. And
right.
Hyderabad is one of the busiest and known international airports as well. So there's no question that they should be out of sleeves. And I think you should tag Indigo in this, in a short reel about this,
Absolutely.
so
Yes, I'll do
so
that.
that they can provide some kind of review about this and let you know.
Right.
But just one thing that what I did after after seeing that, it, the only thing they ask you to wrap is when you have cardboard boxes, in my experience.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
uh, earlier we used to travel a lot by using cardboard boxes. Like obviously those big trolley bags are there, but apart from that, sometimes some luggage is busy at home, or some family
Mm-hmm.
members have taken it earlier. So we just manage it by taking cardboard boxes. So that's when they ask you to wrap it. But
Right.
then I was like, that time obviously we had to do it. But then I purchased those big trolley bags. I was like,
Mm.
rather than putting 500 rupees each box, each thing, you for about
Yes.
5,000 rupees, you're getting good quality a set of trolley bags, big ones.
Right.
You'll get the
Right.
large one, the medium, and the small hand carry as well. So,
Yes.
put in 5,000 and get that, which can run for at least 5, 6 years, right? You can
True.
use it a pretty good number of times. So that's what I did. Now I avoid using cardboard boxes unless it is very necessary,
Yeah.
because that reduces the cost of at least the wrapping.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
On our vacations coming from Saudi, 100% cardboard box तो must था due to
Yeah,
whatever
although
reason.
20 years back, obviously, you're talking about that time, and nobody
Uh,
asked to wrap as well that time.
yeah,
Nobody
and
asked to wrap.
also
It
we
was
used
just
to
like
use
that.
ropes. If you remember, we used to
Right.
tighten it using
Yeah.
ropes, so that was sufficient.
Right.
And quite
Yes.
recently, the ones they are like wrapping वगैरह वो भी जो है ना बहुत आर्ग्यू करे बात ठीक है हमारे ऊपर नहीं है बोल के ऐसा बोल के छोड़ते हैं but they will ask you to get it wrapped. True, absolutely.
Right. I remember we also having that machine, because
Mm.
after the ropes were used, there was a trend that came in that we were putting those plastic, binders. You
Uh-huh.
remember on official cargo boxes, you have those plastic kind of. It is not a rope, obviously, but it is a tight. What do you call?
Yeah, like a white colored tape or
Uh,
colored tape of sorts.
Not it's not tape. It's not tape.
No, no,
It
it's
is.
not
It
tape,
doesn't
but like
stick.
a thing. Yeah, yeah, I understand.
Yes,
Uh,
yeah, it is like half a inch, and
yeah, yes,
it goes.
yes.
You wrap it all around, and then you have a
Yeah,
machine that puts,
right,
a small steel structure. You put it
right, right.
between the both edges, and then you clamp it.
Yes,
So
yes,
that makes it completely tight. And it is
yes.
usually used in industrial packaging purposes. But
True.
then, we used it uh, for traveling as well. And I think that was the time when it was a time when we were moving from ropes to
Uh-huh.
the wrapping. It was a time
Right.
between them. Between
Okay,
them, it was
okay.
a you know. So I remember we have that machine right now as well at home.
Okay,
So
that's nice.
yes. So when we see that, we are, those times are gone. Nowadays, nobody uses boxes even. Nobody
Yeah,
uses cardboard boxes unless it is
very
very
rarely.
necessary.
Yes.
And especially, I remember during my recent trip as well, when I got the boxes to the airport, he was like, we cannot guarantee if it comes in one piece. It may
Yeah,
break open, or that
yeah,
you
true.
have to. Then I had to sign a waiver. They gave me
Okay.
a paper. I had to sign it that the airline is not responsible. I was like, okay, just do it. No worries. And then I signed that. So, but it came in one piece, obviously. But obviously, it was hit from different angles,
Yes,
because
yes.
they throw the stuff, right? The baggage handlers, obviously, I'm saying obviously so many times here. So they have a lot of work on their hand, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they just try to quicken up stuff, and they use their hands. What if you are not putting on something like a sticker, like fragile or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Even if they read that, they might not read it, or even if they read it, they might still ignore it. But
Yes, yes.
that's even in the videos on reels we see that of airports, that the baggage handlers or any other airport staff who handles the baggage,
Right.
they handle it pretty tough.
Very roughly. Yeah.
So you got to be very careful of what we put in the baggage.
Yes.
Uh, yes. So basically, that was it.
Right. But definitely hats off to the staff who had do, for Indigo who take the wheelchair passengers. They are really helpful everywhere, across all three airports. They were really good, really helpful, very supportive, and very patient. So staff, wheelchair staff is really good. They really help about that. And also check-in stuff as well. लेकिन बस यही है कि हैदराबाद पे, when you have the sleeves elsewhere, why not in Hyderabad? That is one point I wanted to just raise. And definitely I will tag Indigo. Hopefully they take this into account. If you enjoyed this, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram as well. Drop a comment with the topics you'd like us to discuss in the future. And look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.